Unfortunately, there's an issue. I can't spread out the gravel right now because hello everyone, and welcome to my Alaska. We're out here in the woods, but we're not going to be working in the woods today, but we are going to be working outside. Let me show you what we're going to be working on right now. This is my driveway, and I think you can see it's high right here, then it slopes down and then gradually slopes up to the road. We are getting some gravel brought in and we're gonna fix this. I want it to basically be flat from the road straight over to there. Let's climb up here and take a look at from the other side. We're over on this side, and you can see the same thing, how it slopes down and then goes back up. The other thing I want to fix on this is, we'll see if we can see a good angle of it. Yeah, I think you can see how this side kind of goes like this. I want to make it more straight. That's the project for today. The gravel trucks should be on their way here pretty soon, so I'll catch up with you guys once they show up. Unfortunately, there's an issue. I can't spread out the gravel right now because my excavator won't start. So let me give you a little backstory real quick. In middle of the winter time, the machine threw a low fuel pressure error and I shut it off and then waited a little while, tried to start it up, and it would not start up. We just came off of a really, really cold time. It was like -40 for a long time, and we thought the fuel had gelled up a little bit and caused that, because that's a routine issue in the middle of the winter time here. Well, I had the service guy come out. He looked at it, and by that time it was a couple days later, and it started right up. So he couldn't do anything for it. Then, let's see here, a little bit later, a couple months later, it threw the low fuel pressure error again, but it cleared itself, and I was able to keep on working. Today, I started it up back by my cabin, let it warm up. I drove it down here. I was sitting in it, waiting, and it was idling. And then I'm like, well, no reason letting it idle. Fuel prices are way too high right now, so I shut it off. And within a couple minutes, the gravel guy showed up with the gravel. So I got out, got out to talk to him. Oh, as I was getting out of the excavator, I started it back up. It started right back up. I went over, talked to the delivery driver. We talked for a couple minutes and told him where I needed the gravel and what I was doing and that type of thing. And before I could get back to it, the excavator shut off again. I went in, checked, and it threw a low fuel pressure warning again. And then I shut it off, tried starting it back up, and nothing. And when you initially turn the starting knob to the first click, it says fuel pressure is priming, and you can hear these clicking noises. That's the fuel pump priming the system. Well, it was dead silence. And then when it said it was ready to start, I tried it, and absolutely nothing. So I called the maintenance manager at their local Bobcat dealership, and we talked about it. He remembered me from this winter, because I actually went in and complained about having to pay for the service call when the guy came out and found there was a low fuel pressure warning. But since he didn't do anything and it started right up and ran, he didn't do anything, therefore I had to pay for it instead of it being covered by insurance. Well, I complained about that. I went in and talked to him. I'm like, hey, I know it's not you, it's just the Bobcat corporation policy and stuff like that. And we discussed it a little bit. And also, I wanted to let him know that it had done it one other time, but it cleared itself really quick and did not shut off or anything. So, back to today. After talking to the maintenance manager, he's like, yep, it's still under warranty, and from the previous service call till now, I only put 25 hours on it. So 25 hours in like 3-4 months, that's not very much. And I used it all last weekend down at a neighbor's, helping the neighbor out. And I put probably 8 hours, maybe 10 hours on it over the weekend down at the neighbor's. So it ran just fine. I haven't put any more fuel in it since then. It still has about 3/4 of a tank of fuel. So it's the same exact fuel. It's not the fuel because it ran just fine last weekend. The Bobcat dealership is going to confirm he has the part in stock, and then send a guy out to change out the fuel pump because it's still under warranty. And if I try to do it, I'll void the warranty. So hopefully it will start up though, because I can't go anywhere until it's fixed and I get this gravel spread out. I only have one entrance in here and it's blocked. Oh well. Well, let's jump in it and see if she'll start. It's been 10 or 15 minutes, so let's give it a shot. Okay, when I turn this on, I'm listening to hear if I hear the clicking of the fuel pump priming. I heard 3 clicks, that was it. Yep, nothing. Well, I'm dead in the water. Well, I just have to wait. The gravel guy just showed up and delivered another load of gravel. But there's a couple funny rocks in this load here. Check this out. What kind of rock is this? And then there's another one just like it. And I think that might be a big one right there. Yeah, there's a big rock right there. Getting defective rocks from their rock guy. Oh well. I guess it's gonna sit this way for a while. I'll catch up with you guys when I try to start up the excavator here in an hour or two. Talk to you then. One click, that was it. Nothing.
And it's not, won't crank or anything.
Nope,
right?
nothing.
Right.
Well, I waited about an hour, tried it again, and I was actually on the phone with the manager of the Bobcat dealership down the road, the service manager that is, and still nothing at all. It looks like the fuel pump probably died completely. And I got some not good news from him. Apparently the fuel pump that is on this machine is an outdated one, and it has been replaced with a newer model. Excuse me. Their newer model fuel pump comes with a whole big mountain bracket and everything that they have to change out. And there's, I think, 4 of the Bobcat dealerships in Alaska. They're all connected together under the same ownership. And not a one of them has that particular fuel pump in stock, or the mounting brackets or anything like that. So he said we could order one, and if I want it here, they can have it here next day, but it's going to cost me almost $200 in shipping. Cost me, even though the whole thing's under warranty and it's a warranted part that went out. And if I don't want to pay for it, he said they'll have it here in about 3 weeks. Well, I can't have my excavator sitting here for 3 weeks blocking my driveway, including those 2 big piles of gravel blocking my driveway. So I asked him, well, what can we do to get this thing at least up and running? Do you have one of those old fuel pumps or something that you can bring out, put on, that way I can at least get my driveway opened? And he's like, well, let me talk to his team and see what they can do. So that's where we stand at the moment. It's the next morning and I just got the call. The mechanic is on his way. So let's go down to the beast and wait for the mechanic to show up. Yeah, I even tried it when I was on the phone with Jason and walked through each step.
You hear that? Listen real close.
Yeah.
That's your fuel pump working. Just in case you ever want to know, when you key on, you should get about 10 to 15 seconds of it building up that priming pressure. But that doesn't mean this is your issue now. I mean, the fact that, man, it could be intermittently failing, but we need to try to figure out why. This is saying it has not logged a single fault code.
I did take a couple screenshots of the pictures of the fault code yesterday.
Of the low pressure.
Yeah. M9314.
So that's not an engine code, that's a machine code.
Machine code, yeah. Whatever comes up on the screen there, put it that way.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, we can't figure out what's wrong with the machine, so he asked me to go ahead and start using it for a while, get it up to full temp, and then we'll see if we can't find the code. Well, the machine is running fine. We can't figure out what's wrong with it. There's no internal codes. So he consulted with his boss. They were on the Bobcat website. They can't figure out what's going on. The best they can figure out is it's an intermittent fuel pump issue. So the solution, they're just going to switch out the fuel pump, and then we'll have to see if it's still doing anything as the days and weeks go by. Did Jason say, what if this doesn't fix it?
Man, unless it fails again. Now, what I'm really interested to see is how it reacts to a new fuel pump if we hear those clicks.
Right.
So that might be a good indicator, but I'm not, without a problem present, it's really hard. I don't know what his plan is.
Right.
I don't know what his plan B is.
Third hand.
No, I need them to have supplied me with more room. It's not a matter of hands as it is.
He's that design engineer.
Yeah. I don't think he likes me very much.
Yeah, don't drop that nut.
You jinx me.
And of course I dropped it.
Oh, I can't really go anywhere.
No, I thought I saw it right there, but that one's still bolted in.
Down.
I didn't see it bounce anywhere. Oh, I see it.
Is it?
Yep.
Good man. I got a magnet.
I got it.
Okay, sweet. Help yourself to a rag. Alright, let's try this again.
That was right up against the metal. Like right in the corner there.
Yeah, right where I couldn't see it.
Right. You want me to hold that over?
But you see, I don't know if you're going to be able to because there's not enough room to get another hand in there.
The Bobcat mechanic just left. He changed out the fuel filter, or not the fuel filter, the fuel pump, I mean. He said it's kind of odd. It throws a low fuel pressure error, but with his computer, he can actually check internal error messages and things like that. And it did not throw anything on the internal system. So we're not totally positive what it truly was. He said there's records of basically this size of machine having the same exact issue and not throwing any internal errors. And the fix was to change out the fuel pump. Hopefully it excuse me, hopefully it fixes it. Time will tell. Let's get in this, drive it back, then I got a few things to do before I can come out and finish this. It's about an hour and a half later. Let's see if the beast will start up. Well, that's a good sign. Let's get back to work. got as much done as I can with the excavator. As you can see, it's pretty good. Got a little bit of a low spot right in there. And then on the edges are a little bit low, but that's fine. And like right here is a pretty good low spot. And I got a couple of low spots in the center here at various places. And this is fine out here by the road. And I did make it a little bit wider here at the turn. My track right through here is completely all new fill. And when I would have like semi trucks and stuff come through, or I was pulling my big trailer and needed to go out that way, the back tires of the trailer would actually come clear off the driveway. So I wanted to extend it by another foot or so, which I did. But I got a little bit of cleanup. As you can see, there's a little bit of a ridge right here. I brought a shovel down, so let's get this cleaned up. Also, I got a little bit on the side, on that side. How does it look? It's as finished as it's gonna get for now. Let's take a walk down to the side here and take a look at it from the side like I did at the beginning of this video. So you can kind of see where that used to go right down through there. So I filled in probably 6 inches right about there. Went from nothing down to about 6 inches, then it faded out to nothing way over there again. I know it's not perfect, but it's good enough for a driveway. and it's good enough for my driveway. And I really like that I made that better turn radius up there coming off the road.